All right, well, welcome to part 2, and let's start up here. So I was going to take them all down, but I didn't want to, so I'm on a chair, so if it's a little shaky, that is why. I will be doing a video. For those of you who don't know, on Sundays I'm doing houseplant videos now, because I do know some subscribers do grow houseplants as well, and I am probably going to be filming these guys in the next couple of Sundays. But these are my begonias, and as you can see, they're doing rather well. Well, the one over there on that corner, and that corner actually peperomia watermelons. But the rest of them are begonias, and as I stated in my Malcata Whitey Eye video, I think I'm going to put them all together in smaller pots. I think that's part of why they're struggling a little bit. But anyway, just a quick glance at them, and let's move on. And this is the Tridescanthia spiderwort, also known, I think, as the spider web or something like that. Cobweb, that's what it is. But she is, if you look in that soil, it is dry. And I think I lost Scarlet. Look how dry she is. I'll have to water her, and if she perks up, I'll put her at the beginning of the video. So if you don't see her at the beginning, that means she didn't make it. But I have recently given her a haircut because she was just getting a little leggy. And then here, again, I'm on a chair, guys. This is the Elastica ficus burgundy. And let's look. Oh, she doesn't have the burgundy under her leaves, but that's okay. She's just still growing, moving on forward. Eventually I will have to move her because she'll get too large for this corner space. And then this is one of the snake plant separations that I got from my husband's aunt, who has decided it fell, so I just left it. So I'm just gonna let it grow, let it do its thing. All right, so the next grouping is just a conglomeration of different things. What do we want to start with? Let's just start with this spiderwort. So this one, and it needs to be watered, so she's quite a bit drippy. She's not done much since I put her in here a few months ago. I mean, she's growing, but she's not growing quickly, but she's not dying back either. I mean, she does have a few dead leaves right back here. No big deal. She's got this new growth. I'm at a loss for words today, guys. I can't think today. And part of it is my daughter is cooking, and whatever she's cooking, it smells delicioso. I think she's making bulgogi, and for those of you who don't know what bulgogi is, you can go to a Korean barbecue and order it. It's little steak tips that is seasoned, and oh my god, it's just so good. And this one, hold on, let me just ask her. Morgan, what is it called? Is it a Korean made dish? Main dish. Okay, yeah, it's a main dish that you can get in Korea. It's rather inexpensive over there, and it's delicioso. And for those of you who know me, I'm not a big meat person, especially red meat, but I'm gonna eat that. Anywho, back to the plants. So this here is one of the barnacle type, and since putting her or him, it in here, it has this baby right here and 2 babies right here, and 3 babies, okay. 3 babies right here. And again, she needs to be watered. I only water these once a month because they do store their moisture or reserve in these leaves. These are actually their leaves. And so I don't have to water this one very often. And along with that one, let me just be gentle with that. And I'm gonna move that one because I'm gonna knock the rocks out, and I don't wanna do that. Along with that one, I have these 2 that were potted in these little bitty holder things. But since being put in here, they have, let's see, this one is putting up a new baby. And then looks like this one here also has a baby right here. And I will put the offer out again. And these I can ship before it gets too cold. So again, if anyone who's watching and lives in the United States wants one of these barnacle, I think they're Sansevieria. Hold on, the supervisors are fussing for some reason. So let's let them finish. We good, Loki? Everything's good now? Okay, thank you. But again, if you want one of these, let me know. Shoot me a quick email. I can get them out to you in the next couple of weeks. Maybe Loki doesn't want me to get rid of the plants. Okay, you settled? You good? Anyway, sorry about that again. But let me know, and the first 2 people who send me a quick email will get these. Again, free of charge. I'll pay for the shipping. I just don't need this many in my life because, as I stated before, I want to focus more on my orchids than the houseplants, and a lot of them you will see are being neglected. So if you want one, let me know and you get a free plant. All right, and then this sad specimen used to be so beautiful. This is my Begonia Maculata Whitey that recently was repotted back on the 16th of September, and I'll post the video somewhere up there so you can go see it after you watch this. But she had 2 sad looking leaves on her, and I left those leaves on until they decided to drop. Well, the last one dropped today. The saving grace is she has a new cane growing right here, and then both canes are developing new leaves. So hopefully she will go ahead and pull through, and hopefully by spring I'll have enough of a plant so that I can send it to Justin at Justin's Orchids and More. Because when I did purchase her, she was absolutely stunning, and I was telling him if he wanted a piece, he could have a piece. Well, not much going on here, and I feel like such a bad plant mom on this one. So this one I will definitely be focused and taking care of because I just think she's so pretty with her dark leaves and her pale spots. And while I have them here, let's just look at my 2 golden pothos. So these both sit on my bookshelf, and this one here is just going crazy. So I have taken this vine and I've looped it back and kind of put this rock right here to kind of hold her to keep her from falling in. And I'm hoping that this one here, this part right here, I'm sorry, get it back in camera. This part right here will start rooting and pulling itself down. But they just keep growing and doing their thing, and I do switch them from one side to the other just to kind of even out the growth. So this is the other one. She's the smaller one of the 2, but they were both cuttings off of the pothos I'm going to show you guys here in just a few moments, and have taken off a lot faster than the other. So here is the mama pothos from those 2, and she needs to be watered, so ignore that. But I got her from Costa Farms along with the Sansevieria, and she's not doing, I mean, she is bushy, don't get me wrong, she's doing well, but she's not vining and growing down. And I do have her on a bookshelf as well with some bright light, trying to encourage her to go down, because that bookshelf I do want her to drag down on. She's just kind of minding her own business, doing her own thing. Lots of growth, but not doing what I want her to do. We have my Nepenthes that stay on the shelf. I forgot about her and she did dry out, so she is kind of recovering from that. That's kind of why she's a little bit rather droopy, and that's why these leaves right here, you can see, are really, really dry. But, I mean, she is growing. She's not making any cups. She's got several that she is working on and attempting. But again, I don't know what to do with her. I know they really prefer more moisture and humidity in the air, and that's probably her thing. What I might do, here's a thought, just came up with it, is I might set this in a bowl with pebbles and then water, but get like one that's about that deep so that it really creates that extra humidity around her. You know what? I'm going to try that, and then next month we're going to see how it worked. See if she doesn't have any pups coming. And then we have my 2 bromeliads. So this one here sits in the living room, close to the east-facing window, actually on the floor, and she is still growing and doing her thing. This one, however, sits in the extra bedroom, and she's slowly coming into her own. Like, she's got a new little leaf right here coming up, and she's grown a couple since being in there, but she's trying. She's losing quite a few leaves here, but that's normal. I mean, she was already in kind of bad shape when I got her, so I'm not really expecting her to bounce too much. Probably not till spring will they really do anything. So let me move them out of the way, because I have something that looks so horrible, so horrible. I'm almost ashamed to let you see it. We will let you see it. So this is my Tradescanthia Nanook. That was gorgeous. I'll post a picture of what she looked like before she got put in this pot. And it's not because I put her in this pot that she looks like this. And let me just get you in so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Do you see all the browning on the leaves? And several of the leaves are actually dying right in here. I moved her to a different location with different lighting just to see what it would do, see if it would affect her, and it has. Again, this is one that I will work to keep because I really do like her. And her blooms, she's got some they're really small white little blooms. They're real pretty when there's a bunch of them. So I will be moving her back towards the east facing window because that's where she was when she was doing really well. Lots of growth, lots of flowering. She was basically on and off in flowering. So I will be moving her back and we will see how she looks at the end of the non-growing season. That's what I'm going to start calling that time of the year, the non-growing season. Then I have my Anthurium here. This is just one of those red ones that you can get at your local big box store. And for the longest, all she had, let me move this up a little bit, all she had was this leaf right here. That was it for the longest. And then she's just slowly through this growing season putting out a leaf here and a leaf there. So far this one and this one and this one are the largest, but she does have a new leaf growing here as well. I do expect her to slow down during the non-growing season just because they really like it a little warmer with lots of light, and where she is, she's not going to get a lot of light in the non-growing season. And I'm not really in a hurry to give her any. I mean, I'm going to keep her and I want to see her rebloom, but she's not one that if she keels over, I'm going to be upset about. I sound so cold when I say that, don't I? All right, and then we have my Alocasia Polly here. That, I told y'all last month, she just pops out a leaf and you don't even know it's there until you go to look at her and boom, there it is. Well, voila, we have us another leaf. So since I've gotten her and she started to grow after she got acclimated, it appears that she's going to grow one leaf a month, because last month there was a new leaf that I wasn't aware of, and now there's this one. And guys, I look at her, I don't look at her every day like I do my orchids, but I do look at her quite a bit. And she just was like, hello, here's a leaf for you. Yay. So I've had her for a year. I bought her in September of last year. This is a leaf that's getting ready to go over. This is one of her originals that I got her with. And the reason I'm pretty sure of that is because when I purchased her, this leaf was already chipped back like that. But other than that, and then this is another one of her original leaves here. But I bought her and I think she had maybe 4 leaves on her, but I really like her. Again, this is going to be one that I'm going to work to keep because I really like her growth habit. I like the patterning. I like the variegation right there in the middle. I just think it adds a lot of texture and diversity into the corner that she sits in. And I think that is all on these. If you have any ideas on like the Nanook or the Nepenthes, what are your thoughts on my plan for Miss Nepenthes here? Do you think putting her in a deeper bowl with pebbles and some water to create that additional humidity? Because I don't want to do a humidity tray, because the trays themselves, they only create humidity like the first couple of inches, and that's not going to let me move you out of the way. That is not going to really create that high humidity, but I feel like if I put her in a deeper bowl where the humidity can really get to these tips, because let me see, I've got one right here. Like she creates the cups. Let me move this out of the way. So she creates, oh, there we go. She creates the cups, but they don't come to fruition and they don't get any bigger. And I really think it's due to that lack of high humidity around her. So I am going to try that, but let me know what you think the outcome is going to be, or if you have another idea that can kind of help her with keeping the cups once she creates them. That'd be awesome if you'd leave that in the comments down below. So let me get these cleared off and get the next grouping. I'll be right back. This is the Jade Pothos that I repotted into this, it's really an African violet pot, but you know, it works. About a month ago now, and it is already just filling up this pot. I've had to actually take one of her tendrils and push it up into the macrame hanger to encourage it to go up instead of down. Then we have our Tradescanthia zebrina right here. If you look, she's got lots of growth in there, and then she is growing up into the hanger as well. Recently gave her a haircut, and she's already starting to crawl herself back down. And over here we also have another Sabrina that, again, she's a lot bushier, I think, than her counterpart, so I might switch their sides just to see if I can get an even bushiness, if that's a thing. But she's looking pretty good. Again, recently got a haircut and already needs another one. And then we have our Pictus or Syndapsis. Let's see, what is it? There's a tag back here. Yeah, Syndapsis Pictus Arangus. But again, recently repotted at the same time as our Jade Pothos, and I have taken a couple of the tendrils and hooked them around the macrame, and as you can see, she's already got one that's starting to curl up, which is kind of what I want them to do. And we will just end it with my string of bananas. That is, you see those two? She's got a few new tendrils. Let's see if we can zoom in on them real quick. So she's got that new tendril there. She's got another one peeking out, and then there's one in the back on the side. But she is getting rather long. Very, very long. Almost touching the ground. She's close to the handle. And I'm thinking of putting the Tradescantia spiderwort with the scarlet peperomia right there, kind of not quite next to her, but kind of catty-corner to her. Just because I do forget to water them, and as you can see that scarlet might be lost. But we'll end it here on the houseplant portion of the tour, and then I will see you on the orchid collection. Have a good one.